Hello folks, welcome back to the Wider channel. Been a few minutes since I've posted a video, like a month and a half now. Summer's been pretty busy around here. Got the opportunity to get some camping done and spend some time with the kids. Also a lot of work. My day job is very busy in the summertime, and I thought at some point that I could get a video out, and I've made a lot of footage for said video, but it just never came to fruition. So here, as things start slowing down, I've decided that it's time to jump back on this horse and give you guys some of this much needed content. So without further ado, let's jump back on this Wider channel intro right now. So a lot's happened this summer with the Phoenix, and you saw the video of the group ride that I went on. Some of the things that still need to be done: the hinges for the right side compartment, the rear compartment, lower, the hinges on that are broken, both of them now. It was originally the one. It is now a second one as well. I also made a purchase from Le Monster Garage and bought a rain cover or dust cover, something to cover it up while it's in the garage, to keep it nice and clean. So the other thing is, up at the camper with all the trees and the dust and whatnot, I like to cover it up when I'm up there. And I got the idea from my wife's Jeep. When she has the top off, at night she covers it up, and I thought, what a great idea, it's keeping it clean. So I bought a cover, and while I was at it, I purchased a Spyder cuff. Wanting to mount my cameras differently, especially now using the Insta360 as a primary camera while riding, that one is much better set right there on the side, the handlebar side there. So I mounted the Spyder cuff on the left side of the handlebar. So let's jump back to some of the things that I've done this summer with the Spyder. I've put nearly 2,700 miles on the Phoenix, and the thing that I enjoy the most of riding the Spyder is taking my kids for rides. It harkens back to when I was their age and my dad would take me for a ride on his buddy's motorcycle. It's something that is ingrained in my brain so much that I will always remember the rides that I went on. When I was very young, my dad's buddy had a Honda Magna. Don't remember the numbers on it, but I remember that in that generation of bikes, that was the fastest production bike of that year. And I remember my dad taking me for a ride on it, and I thought, this is great. This is the best thing ever. And I think before that, I don't know that I'd ever ridden a motorcycle on the road. I'd been on the back of dirt bikes that Dad was riding, but up until that point, I don't remember ever being on a motorcycle. So I think that may be what got me hooked in the first place. So you may wonder why I'm coming to you from the truck and not on a Spyder. And I don't know if it's visible in the camera, but behind me there is a trailer. And the trailer is there to haul something back to the garage. And that something you will see very shortly after I am done with this 350-mile drive. So I'm now in the Chicagoland area, a little far from home, and in a different time zone than I'm used to. And I got a message from someone that I had been messaging back and forth with on Facebook Marketplace in regards to a windshield for the Phoenix. As most of you know, the windshield on the Phoenix has some kind of heat damage to where it's cracked, spider cracked, mostly through the whole thing, through the whole midsection. And when the sun hits it just right, it's really, really hard to see through. So I have been looking for one. I had put out a few requests to get pricing. They are no longer, the factory windshields are no longer being produced. So finding this one was kind of a neat thing, and the gentleman that has it listed is extremely low priced, so I'm taking a little detour from the surprise portion of this to pick up this windshield. So we'll come back to you right after that's done, and we'll talk some more about it. All right, it's getting a little later in the evening. I do have the windshield on board for the Phoenix. And next stop is the surprise. I'm sure most of you have already guessed what is in store, what we're making this trip for. But just wanted to take a minute here and talk about some of the things that I've been doing this summer. One of my pet projects at work is a programming project. I don't do too many of those. I'm certified in programming for a product called QSYS by QSC, and I got the opportunity to do a touch-controlled video and audio system that is going into a major league ballpark. That has been a really, really neat opportunity and has taken quite a bit of time in just the development of it. It's not so much a Spyder subject, but just a little bit about me and what I do for my day job. The business that I work for, we do audio-visual technology. I'm just in the IT arm of the company. But a while back, I got certified in this QSC QSYS, the programming of the products. So I really enjoy that part of what I do, and it's really neat to be able to do such a large project that has quite a bit of exposure as well. Another thing our company does is the very large video displays that are in all the sports arenas, the displays that seem to wrap around the entire sports venues, and large video walls as well. We do all of that kind of stuff. So a week from this coming Saturday is my oldest daughter's wedding. About a year ago, my wife's friends asked me to officiate their daughter's wedding. And I went to the gentleman that did mine and my wife's wedding, and I said, okay, so how did you go about doing this? And he sent me all of the information, and so I went through all the process that he did to get ordained. And so I am now officially an ordained minister, and last weekend performed the wedding of our friend's daughter. And so after that had already gone down, I put it out there to my daughter. I said, this is kind of neat. I know it's not traditional, but if you haven't picked out somebody to officiate your wedding, I would be happy to do it as well. And a couple months later, my daughter reached out and said, hey, are you serious about that? Would you do that? And I said, absolutely, of course I will. So next week I will be doing I will be officiating my daughter's wedding. So that is a really, really cool opportunity. All right, back again. So I'm actually in Wisconsin now. And this is my first time in Wisconsin. This trip has taken me so far through Indiana, down by Michigan City, Indiana, through Illinois, and now in Wisconsin. And I'm debating whether I am going to try to take the ferry back and cross the water on my way back to Michigan, or drive through the Upper Peninsula and see how the evening goes that way. So I will have to make a decision at some point here. I am also going to stop along the way and see one of my cousins that I haven't seen in lots and lots of years. She lives in Appleton, Wisconsin. My closest in age cousin on my mom's side of the family, my cousin Morgan, who, when I was talking about living in Columbiaville when I was little, in one of the previous episodes, the group ride episode, I was talking about Columbiaville and having lived there when I was young. And my cousin Morgan was one of the family members that I lived with there. So I haven't seen her in lots and lots of years, so that'll be neat to stop in and say hi. Just going to be a late night. I got a little late start on things, and then Chicago traffic was not my friend. And stopping to pick the windshield up was rather quick. Can't wait to see how that looks on the Phoenix. It is actually a shorter windshield than what is currently on the Phoenix, which will be nice also. And I guess with that, my next stop will be our destination to pick up something to go on this trailer. So here we are, folks. It's the next day. It got a little late on us last night. The sun went down just before I got there to pick up our surprise, so it was a little dark to do a reveal video. So I'm just going to roll this beautiful B-roll footage and reveal the surprise we've all been waiting for. This F3S is the cleanest, most mint condition Spyder I could possibly find. The F3s with a manual transmission. Has the aftermarket saddlebags, and also came with a cover. This was treated very, very well. It only has 10,000 miles on it. So a lot of life left in it, as we know that the engine on the 2016 Phoenix lasted 130,000 before it turned into a grenade. So I believe with 10,000 miles on this, we've got a lot of life left in. It was just serviced at 8,000 miles. So we have not a Spyder to repair, but a Spyder to accessorize. I think that's what this winter's project is going to be. Not only fixing the few things that still need attention on the Phoenix, but also accessorizing this F3S SM6. That's all I'm going to have for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed coming along on the ride to get the Spyder F3S. If you did, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons. It really helps out with the channel. And hopefully, I will see you on the next one.